I want to talk to you about the concept of quantum integrative medicine. It's something what I've been looking for the whole career. For all the years I'm in the hospital in the field of conventional medicine, there was always something missing, and I knew it since the very beginning because when I started my job, I already had some experiences with which really changed my worldview, and I just knew that the way how the medicine works, how it handles people, the patients, it just it's not working, and it leads in the dead end. And as I can see nowadays in our hospital, in our healthcare system, there are big troubles right now with the economics of of the healthcare, with the whole financial system, and that is something what, in my opinion, we just need to transform, to figure out how to actually handle this situation when the population gets older and sicker, and there are less and less people who are able to pay for it, because this how it works. I don't know how is it in different countries, but we can see it very clearly here in Czech Republic. And I think that's the biggest trouble here, because the situation where we can extend the life, we can handle the quantity of life, but it doesn't really help the quality of the life, and people are they have their diseases and they never get rid of them. So this is very difficult, and I think that is something what we need to think about, and we need to not fight against each other, but to find a way where all the wisdom we have, all the approaches, whether it's the conventional medicine, whether it's some complementary medicine, to take care of ourselves. So this is something what we, I think, really need to work on right now, because otherwise it's just it's gonna come to dead end, and then we are gonna be surprised, because what I think we need to have our not the response. Of course, we need to have the responsibility. That's the first step, but to have the sovereignty, to have the independency, because when everyone, or I don't know, 80% people needs the healthcare of the professionals every few months, that's such a big load for the healthcare system, and we need to reduce it. We need to find a way how to make people not need it. So actually, what I think is the good way is to integrate all the approaches. That's why we call it integrative medicine. That's why we use the conventional medicine when it's necessary. So if some person come to me, I'm orthopedic shoulder surgeon, so when there is someone coming to me with real bad arthritis, or some rotator cuff tear or something like that, then I have nothing against the conventional medicine, against the surgery. When I can repair the tendon, when I can handle the situation, when it's this far gone, then why not? But the thing is, it's good for this very very difficult, very tough situations. It's good for acute situations. Of course, there are some specialties in children healthcare and stuff like that. I definitely not say that we should abandon conventional medicine completely, but we should change our mindset. We should change the approach, how we take care of ourselves, and how to actually prevent diseases. And that is something what the conventional medicine doesn't really take in account. The all we do there, or almost all we do there, is just we take care of the physical body. We take care of what we can see, what we can repair, where we can reduce symptoms. That's the conventional medicine. There is the other way how to look at the situation, and that's what we call holistic approach, the holistic medicine. We understand that there is something what we call the physical body, but it's actually only the most dense energy of our energetic system, and that there are also more subtle layers to our experience, and probably we all can agree that there is something called emotions, there is something called mind, there is something called feelings, and there is good explanation to this, in my opinion, coming from old Indian yogic tradition. From it's based in Vedas, and it's something what's called koshas. There are actually 5 layers of our organism. As I told before, it's the physical body. It's the it's something what they call vital body. It's kind of energetic body where we it's combination of our feelings and the the energy inside our body, which is kind of driving the whole system. It's like the physical body is the hardware, and the energy, the vital body, is the software. It's something what makes it work. Then there is the third layer, the third body, which is actually the mind, the our mentality. Then that's something what we all can kind of understand that it's here. And there are two other layers or bodies which they talk about, and it might be a little bit controversial for someone who doesn't really believe in anything higher than our body, but it makes sense to me. So I tell you that the fourth body is something what they call the supramental intelligence or wisdom, and you can also call it our soul. It's some intuitive field of experiences from which we cannot really apprehend from this body, but almost all the traditions in probably all the traditions in the world just agree that there is some kind of cycle of reincarnation, and that we are not really this body only, but we have experiences in more lives. And like the fifth body, the fifth layer to our organism is actually what they call the bliss body, or you can call it spirit also, or the causal body, because it's something what is the cause of our being. You can also call it God. You can call it life. You can it can be anything in your understanding, but it's something what's the creative force, and what is everywhere creating everything, but at the same time it's in us because we are created as well. So this is the concept of five bodies of the yogic tradition. And so if we wanna talk about the holistic medicine, a holistic approach, then this is something what we have to take in account, that there are those, or whatever concept you use, but there are different layers to our being than only the physical. And there are, of course, there are approaches, there are ways and modalities how to handle all those fields, all those bodies. And if you truly want to be holistic, then I think we need to approach all of them. Maybe this one needs more, that one needs less. I don't know at specific situations. But what we should do is to approach all of those layers. So if there is some disease, some pain or some illness in our body, and we treat only the body, then the situation in our emotional body, in our emotional field, in the energetic field of our software, in our mind, uh, it stays there. And if we don't approach it properly, then it just repeats itself in different way, in different situation, different illness, or doesn't matter. But if it stays there in the system, then it's there, and it's gonna it's gonna continue working and modifying our our experience. If we talk about the integrative medicine, then there is the third part of it, because it's not only we as doctors or healthcare professionals of any kind, or therapists. That's not we, it's not us who are the responsible for the healthcare of everyone. It's the person, him, herself. That is the main aspect of the whole integrative medicine. We should we should be able to take care of ourselves, and we, the healthcare professionals, should be able to teach patients to do so, to be independent, health, healthy, healthy organisms. That's something what should be our aim, and not to follow indefinitely to with a treatment. We should be able to reach the point of health with the patients. I just don't agree with conventional medicine that there is actually no curable disease. If you look into what the conventional medicine does, it always only reduces symptoms, and it normalizes some values in our blood or stuff like that. That's what conventional medicine does, but it doesn't cure any illness, and that's what we should aim for. That's what the transformed paradigm of medicine looks like. And we as doctors, we might have fear that, oh, but when the people are healthy, we don't have work, we're not gonna have what to eat, we don't gonna have money. And Well, for me, it doesn't matter. For me, it's more important to find a way how to help people to to heal, to really heal the population. We should be we should be trying to do so. And if there is no other person to be healed, and I'm not gonna earn any money because of that, well, great. I'm gonna do something else. That's my approach. And if this happens, potentially, if we can think about it like this, if it happens that we don't have work, we don't have money, but also there are no people disabled, there are no people, of course that's not gonna happen this way, but there are very few people with real sicknesses, real troubles which we have to take care of. But it's not people of hypertension, people of diabetes and dyslipidemia. That's not the case. That's not those tens of persons. They actually suck the money from everyone. It's not their fault, it's the fault of the medical system. And if you don't know how this all happened, just check the Rockefeller Foundation in the beginning of the last century, what they did, how they changed the whole system of teaching medicine at med schools, the faculties of medicine. That's something what just changed the whole world of medicine and on this planet, and that's something what it's like that, but doesn't have to be that way. It's something what altered the whole system, and that's something what make the primacy of evidence-based medicine over the natural treatments, and something what made the big pharma being the great boss of our health. And that's not something what helps us really. So back to the theme. Imagine the situation that there are very few people needing the healthcare, and there is very very little money needed to go into the healthcare. The need to pay taxes, so the healthcare insurance, it's reduced by a lot then, and so we don't have to work that much to pay necessities which we have to pay right now. It can change the whole system. I think non-working healthcare system, ill people without their own responsibility for their health, without a real belief in the ability of being healthy. That's something what is a real problem here, and we should look for some new way in the cooperation of everything. We shouldn't be playing that we are able to heal everyone with this particular method. It's just, I think it doesn't work this way. We They are great methods, but they don't solve everything every time, and we should combine them, all of them together, with the self-care of the person. And as long as people want take this in account and they won't take care of themselves, they just couldn't work. But that's that's something what depends on everyone. So I wanna show you what is this all about. The quantum integrative medicine. I would like to start because, as I said, I'm orthopedic surgeon, and so I cannot really talk from the field of internal medicine. What I come in touch every day is the pain. And we should understand that the pain and the disease is not different. That's the balance in our body. So I would like to tell you what's the medical or the scientific definition of pain. The pain is an unpleasant sensory and emotional experience associated with or resembling that associated with actual or potential tissue damage. So that means there is some tissue damage, there is some threat of tissue damage, or we just feel like there could be something like that. So there are few aspects to that. It can be the problem already, like there is some physical structural problem. It's something what's maybe gonna happen. It's something what's preparing. It's in the functional level of the problem at the moment, or it's something what is only in our, let's say, the layer of the feelings in our vital body. And of course, the first part of the explanation, unpleasant sensory and emotional experience, it itself talks about the mental and emotional dimension to it. So that's something what we should be taking in account, but who does in the hospital? That's the definition, and it just we don't care about it.